The world of YouTube. I just watched a movie last night, and very interesting. It takes place in Whitewood, Massachusetts. Of course, in between the movie, I was looking for Whitewood, Massachusetts. Nothing came up. But that does not mean it didn't exist. I believe Westwood, Massachusetts might have been Whitewood. And for whatever reason, they changed the name. There's been quite a few things that I've researched and learned a lot has changed. Or, by name, streets, all kinds of stuff changed and vanished. Whether it be for, making another part of town, or just getting rid of a road that they don't need, or maybe even something like this. People in Whitewood didn't want the attention, but Salem, Mass wouldn't exist if it wasn't for stories like this. I don't know, let's say so if the movie made up their own bits and pieces, fake towns, but there was a Whitewood Road in Westwood. So the movie altogether starts off with a witching hunt and burning. Captured a witch, burned her, and then all of a sudden, later within the movie, someone returns. And of course, who is it? The ghost of the witch and her followers. Now, I still gotta look up this name. I was actually very excited, to be able to screenshot this. Elizabeth Selwyn. But, like I say, things I looked up, like the Ravens Inn, could have been changed or don't exist or made make-believe, but whatever the case may be, we all do know the witches were real, and if this was a real witch, or change the names. Also, there's a small cemetery within this town. But this is supposedly what and when it happened. And would love to find this spot. Even though I know there is a place in Salem I need to go where witches were burned to the stake. But this is interesting too if it did exist. Of course, I had to take this picture to show everybody that don't look into history of how we used to use phones. That's right. You tap on the thing, the lever down here above the thumb. Pick this piece here up. And you talk through this little hole. For all you youngins out there that don't know what an antique phone is. I also have another one in here to show you too. I took a bunch of pictures, of course. Hey, yeah, shit, little buddy. Damn squirrels out. Took a little adventure to the beach today to get the hell out of the friggin' house. Hopefully I don't catch the virus. This is supposed to be the front door of the Ravens Inn. And, in the Raven. Great job. Of course, if anybody don't know, back in the day, it was not unusual to stuff birds or stuff any kind of animal. Still do it to this day. Some people just don't do it or realize they do it. And of course, the famous great movie Psycho has stuffed birds in it. But I hope, see, this was an awesome picture I got to catch, boy. I was liking this. Ravens Inn. This is a guy that's going to the Ravens Inn because there was a... I don't want to disclose too much of the movie. I recommend everybody to watch this movie because it is, kind of quirky in ways. But I'll tell you something, being made in 1961 or 1960, I will say this movie was made in that time. Pure awesomeness. Something you need to see. But this poor young man fell victim to the town because it did get cursed. But I will not say what it is. But as you can see the guys there. But you have to find out yourself. That was the girl, though. I will tell you of course, the subject of the story. A girl wants to go and look up on witchcraft for term paper in college. That's all I'm going to say about the movie. I recommend everybody watch this movie. It's free on YouTube. It's called The City of the Dead. And it's got one of my favorite horror actors, Christopher Lee. Very young Christopher Lee. You wouldn't even recognize the man if you didn't know who he was. But this I'm glad I got. But who knows if this road still exists. What you doing, buddy? Got the squirrel here. Hey, squirrel, want to say hi, Mr. Squirrel. Yeah, so you can say hi. Yeah, there, buddy. Mr. Squirrel, trying to eat my phone. Yeah, you're always trying to eat my phone there, buddy. You go eat your damn food. But like I say, as you can see, the fork in the road don't have another name to the road. But if you don't look closely and if you don't screenshot this, you won't see the name of the road. But they speak of Wampord. Wampord? Yeah, that's what it says, Wampord. I tried looking this road up. I don't think I spelled it right the first time. I gotta go back and do it again. But, yeah. But as you can see in the movie, if you look closely, you'll see the name of it. But this side has none. So if it was a fake road, so be it. But it's a very awesome storyline. And there is witches that were hunted throughout Massachusetts. And I would like to at least try and maybe get a little research done to see if I can find any of this. But if it don't exist, what can you do? This one I took a screenshot, hoping I'd get it. I got it in this one too, but I thought I missed it. So, moving on. This is pretty neat. Christopher Reeve here is doing something. Let you find out in the movie. I thought it was pretty neat. I took a picture of the friggin' sink he has here. He did something and he had to wash his hands quick because someone was knocking at the door. As you can see, evil face. Water coming out of the mouth and then he's washing his hands. Nifty little idea. And this is the other telephone. Old chop. See, look at the phone number. No area code. 244-6645. State. Anybody don't know this is a rotary dial phone. Put your finger there. Go all the way around. And it swings all the way back. Then you gotta get your next number. Go all the way around. Swings all the way back. Takes 10 years to make a phone call. Nice shot of the basement to where the evil stuff is done. I'm also going to use these pictures and thumbnails. Looks pretty damn spooky to me. Here's supposed to be the cemetery out in the yard. As you can see, some disciples marching. This is the entrance to the Raven Inn. Of course, you got your old flip desk here. That top piece flips down. There's two little arms that come out. As you can see right there at the top dresser, they pull out and this thing sets down. You can use it as a desk and drawers. Got antique stuff in here. This is the witching hour. Candlemas Eve, the first and the second. You have to figure that out by watching the movie. Here's the young girl that went to do her essay from college. You can just imagine what this is. Glad I snapped that picture. Here is a church where a priest lives, but he warns everybody away to get out of the town. Services. They're all dated here, but there are no services. Not allowed in the church. I thought I didn't get the sign, so I clicked it first, and then I did it again. Checking in. Part of the cemetery outside the window. Buildings that stand in the little town. Rolling up. This is the movie, now 1960. City of the Dead. Recommend anybody to watch it. Like I say, there is some stuff I want to look into this to see if I get any type of mapping to go somewhere. But oh man, I was glad this came up for free. You know, I was gonna stop it and watch the rest tonight, but the movie is that good, and I didn't want to stop. I wanted to know that what was gonna happen at the end. And it does have a pretty screwed up ending you wouldn't expect. But this is a very watchable movie. As much of a little quirkiness it is in it, it keeps you in suspense, keeps you thinking, and it just, like I said, I was going to watch the rest tonight, but I couldn't stop watching it. I wanted to see how the ending was. All about ghosts. Oh man. And if this is a real town, I'd love to check it out. Now, I'm not saying this is something I dreamt about, but the way the darkness looks in this is what my dream looked like without the fog. You see, I had 3 buildings on the right of me, a big huge field on the left of me, and 1 narrow road. I'm still wondering if I will find that from a dream, but like I said, this ain't what I dreamt about, but how the setting is and the darkness in this photo is what my dream looked like. Black skies, semi lit up, no moon, but it was like just like this. When I first, started seeing this town and how the people walk through it, and how I walk through my dream, like I say, it's nothing in these of the photo of the image in my head but the blackness. The houses would look like this too. Not identical, but how just the setting of the darkness looks. how the buildings just are bare. And like I said, there was a cemetery in my dream too, but it was in between. Let me see. Yeah, I was in between. So one cemetery, 2, 3 houses, and down a steep sloped hill, and a fence. Well, in my dream it was a wired, iron fence. This is all picket wood. So like I said, just the darkness and the plainness of the houses is what my dream looked like. Just that image right there. But if you can picture a first house, a cemetery down a slope, 2 houses after that with pitched roofs. Just like that one in the back, but I was looking at it sideways. And the front of it was on the side, not on the long side, but the pitched side. But it just, when I seen this movie, I was like, damn. Just the imagery. That's how black it looked in my dream, just like that. But I thought I'd share that with everybody. I recommend anybody to watch this film. It's awesome film. I would give it a 4, maybe a 5-star viewing to me. It was made at the right time. And I mean, it was just, you gotta watch it. There's no words that can explain it. But until that next video, be safe, take care. This is my movie review for The City of the Dead. Man, just the imagery of that reminding me of my dream. I swear to God, man, when I dream, something's bringing me somewhere. It's a lot, boy, to take in. Be safe, take care. Out.